Welcome back to a brand new box office breakdown show here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Timberg. It's time for Max Talks Box Office. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell. Today on the channel, I'm talking about this past weekend's box office, the first weekend for movies in the month of February, which is February 2nd to the 4th. We're also going to preview this upcoming weekend in theaters. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, ring the bell. I do this show every single Tuesday. I also do movie reviews, TV show reviews, out of theater reactions, and monthly ranking videos. So please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel. Comment down below, what movies did you see this past weekend? What did you see this upcoming weekend? And what are some of the reasons why some movies are doing well at the moment and which movie at the top bombed this past weekend? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section on why those things happened. Also, please like the video. The thumbs up button helps recommend videos more to people. We're so close. We're getting closer to 200, gaining by the day. So keep subscribing to the channel. So let's get into this past weekend's box office. And the story domestically is Argylle. It is the big movie from Universal and Apple Films that hit theaters this past weekend and opened to 17.4 million. This is a massive blunder for both Apple Films, Universal, and Matthew Vaughn. This was supposed to be, at least we were talking about this last week, the projections were in the mid-20s range, and people were saying, surprisingly, if it does well, it could get in, people like it, it could get into the $30 million range, but this movie doesn't even get to the $20 million mark over the weekend. A huge box office failure for this movie. Now, a lot of things, and I believe, are a credit to this. First of all, the movie is a $200 million budget, and that is just, again, these movies that are $200 million are just, it's way too expensive. If it's $200 million, they need at least around 400, probably 450 just to break even worldwide. And this movie is not going to do it because it also didn't just open at 17 domestically, but also 17 internationally. So only 34 million overall for the weekend just is not good for this movie. I think a lot of things went into this. One was I do believe that the word of mouth was bad from the get-go. If you look at it, has a C+ cinema score, which is really bad. I think if you're even at a B, that's pretty bad. C+ is pretty terrible for a cinema score. So clearly the people who are seeing the movie are not liking it. The critics and audiences don't seem to be gelling with this new Matthew Vaughn film. I think another problem was, and people are saying, well, this is a bad news for Henry Cavill for being a leading actor in Hollywood. Well, Cavill is not the lead of the movie, and I think that's the problem that Universal had. They tried to mislead people into thinking that Cavill, like you see the poster behind me, he is front and center, that Cavill is the star of the movie, but he's just barely in the film. Bryce Dallas Howard and Sam Rockwell are the co-leads of the movie. Howard at the very much the lead of the film. But the marketing has been telling you, and based on the tour, that Cavill is the one who is the lead of the movie. But once word got out that he is not in the movie that much, I think this could actually help Henry Cavill, that people did not then go see the movie when they learned that he would not be in the movie for very long. I think people like the movie, they've seen it, but to blame Cavill and to think that he is not a leading man in Hollywood, I think is a massive mistake, because I think the word getting out that he is not a leading actor in this movie is something of note. We'll see how Cavill is as a leading actor, because he'll be the lead of the new Guy Ritchie film in April. So that'll be a good test again to see where his fandom is at the moment. This movie is certainly not, because again, he's far from the lead of the movie. So this is not good for Matthew Vaughn, who is trying to build a cinematic universe with this movie. And I'm not sure now what Matthew Vaughn will do next. He still has technically a couple Kingsman films in the works, but we shall see if those come to fruition. Maybe not even at this $200 million budget. In second place, on a positive surprise for the weekend, was The Chosen, getting to number 2 in its opening weekend of $5.9 million. It opened in 2,200 theaters. Now, this is a very interesting method for this show. That The Chosen, this is season 4 of The Chosen. And for each weekend in February, there will be 3 new episodes released in theaters. So this past weekend was The Chosen season 4, episodes 1 through 3. So next weekend will be 5 through 7, and then 8 through 10. So the next 2 weekends, it will be in theaters. And The Chosen, again, this is from Fathom Events technically is the ones who did this, but this is self-made religious film from the public. And these have been doing good for the last, really since the pandemic. And now we're at season 4 of the show. And they're releasing it all in theaters 1 week at a time. So expect to see The Chosen in this top 5 for the next month or so. In third place is The Beekeeper, only dropping off 21% this past weekend. It's up to 5.2 this past weekend, 49 million domestically. The good news for Beekeeper in its 4th weekend is that it's doing very good internationally. It is the only film so far to come out so far in 2024, only been a month so far, but it is the only film in the $100 million club worldwide. It won't get there domestically, but it will get there worldwide. Again, those kind of low 100s won't make the top 10 of the year, but so far the Beekeeper is the only one in a $100 million club for 2024 worldwide. Wonka is at number 4, dropping 17% in its 8th weekend, 4.6 million, up to 201 million. It's around $500 million right now, if I'm not mistaken, worldwide. Great numbers for Wonka and Timothée Chalamet, and he is already on the Dune press tour at the moment, and it just gets you even more excited that Dune 2 could possibly have some big numbers a month from now at the beginning of March. And wrapping up the top 5, still in the top 5 in its 7th weekend is Migration, dropping off 14%, 4.1 million, and 106 million domestically. Again, that's a $100 million club. That counts for the 2023 numbers overall, not the 2024 numbers. So this upcoming weekend, we do only have, it's kind of a lull weekend as we're going to hit Valentine's Day the following week, because we have a couple movies hitting theaters on the 14th, which is a Wednesday, but I'll be back with you the day before that to preview that week's box office. But coming up this weekend, the only movie hitting wide release in theaters this upcoming weekend is Lisa Frankenstein. This is the new film starring Catherine Newton and Cole Sprouse that is trying to get ahead of the Valentine's Day, as a couple of movies are releasing on Valentine's Day. The film is written by Diablo Cody, who wrote Young Adult, Juno, Jennifer's Body, and Tully. So we will see how this movie performs at the box office this upcoming weekend, but more chances to see other movies succeed before a couple big hitters come up at the end of February. So that is my box office breakdown show. Please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.